I'm challenging myself to make a slime in 8 seconds, 8 minutes, and 80 minutes to see which one is best. First up, 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Starting off with a little bit of dye, activator. Okay, we gotta mix super fast. How can anyone make a slime in 8 seconds? What? It's literally just gonna look like alien guts. Let's see what we got here. Okay. If I added a little bit more activator, maybe we would have made a slime, but right now this is definitely not slime. The thing is, making slime requires a chemical process, and that takes time, so 8 seconds is not enough. For this next slime, we're gonna make things more interesting. Behind me is the Wheel of Misfortune. This wheel is full of things that will make this slime way harder to make. We have no activator, no glue, tiny hands. Let's give it a spin. I really hope I don't get no glue, because then what? Please don't be no glue. Water slime? What? Okay, so I have 8 minutes to make a water slime. Let's go get our stuff. First step, we need water. And luckily, we have a ton of water right here. I'm gonna take this whole thing. I can't believe I got a water slime. That's actually the worst one I could have possibly gotten. But you know what? We have time. We have 8 minutes. So let's grab a few cups and let's go get some charms. Let's give it a theme. Charmville! All right, so this is gonna be a very like aquatic themed slime. So let's get some little fish, some of these whales, some bubbles, and oh, you know what? Some axolotls. I'm gonna add like every aquatic animal we can find. So a little sea turtle, maybe a dolphin. Ooh, these are new. I haven't seen these before. That's cool. A squid, a whale, a crab, and of course, our axolotl. Okay, I have my stuff. Let's go make the slime. Okay, so I have my bowl full of glue, and my first ingredient on the list is water. I haven't made a water slime in so long, and last time that I made it, I added way more ingredients that helped. But I'm just gonna go for the classic first water slime I ever made, which was at the lake, and I just added water. And now we're going for a nice turquoise. All right, let's start whipping it up. Slowly but surely, we'll get a slime. I definitely need a lot of activator. Okay, let's add a little bit of activator. In order to make a proper water slime, we gotta make sure that the glue absorbs all the water and that as we pour some activator, it has a nice chemical reaction where it turns into a nice, fluid, stretchy slime with a bit more of a jiggle, okay? Honestly, I'm just gonna start working with my hands. We have to move fast. How much time do we have? 3 minutes? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna work with this cup now. Put my slimy guts in there and just work with this. These are all just chunks. I'm gonna take some out and go to the sink. We need to add more water. Hopefully this will activate the slime. Okay, let's go give it a mix. Even though I added some more water, it's still honestly a disaster. Like, this is not a water slime. It probably just really needed the guar gum. That would have made it work, but I only have 10 seconds left, so let's put it back in the cup and add our little charms. We have a squid, we have a sea turtle, a little bit of everything. I'm done. Okay, so I have to say, this is definitely not a water slime. It was getting there, it just needed more time. 8 minutes is not enough to make a water slime. For 80 minutes, I have to spin this wheel twice and do what it says. Let's give it a spin. Hopefully we get tiny hands. No mixer? Dude, that sucks. All right, let's spin it again. One hand? For this slime, we have 80 minutes. I'm not gonna use a mixer, and I only have one hand. So we're gonna keep things pretty chill. We have some time. So let's start off with our glue. This will be a little tricky. Gotta use all my strength. Good little technique, watch this. Oh yeah. Okay, I think that's all we need. We made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. We need a theme, and I have time to think of a theme. So, you know what? These colors right here match my shirt. What if we make like a tri-colored slime to match my shirt? I think that would be awesome. But first, we need to get the slime. So, let's add a bit of activator. This is gonna be so hard. I can't put this on. It's way harder than it looks, I swear. Okay, our glove is on. Let's give it a mix. So in order to get a really nice clear slime, we've gotta work with the right portions. So first, a little bit of activator will go a long way. We're already getting a really nice slimy texture. I think it's gonna need a little bit more. Let's add a little more in there. But we don't wanna add too much because then it'll get really chunky and it'll start to rip. Who needs a mixer? I created a new technique. Oh yeah, look at that mix. I don't even need 2 hands. I honestly haven't made a slime from scratch in a long time. This is gonna be a long process. I think I just need to trust that after the guts phase, we'll get a really nice consistency. Honestly, this slime just needs a little bit more time to absorb the activator, and my arm is super tired, so I'm just gonna take a little break. All right, so I let it sit for a bit. As you can see, we already have a nice slime. We just need to mix it a little bit more. So now we're gonna move on to placing it on the table. Get rid of this. Everything's so hard to do. Of course, there's a nice layer of glue at the bottom here, protecting the table. The interesting thing here is that we are making a clear slime, but of course you have to wait for your slime to actually clear up. So it's just gonna look white at first, but I'm gonna add some nice watercolor to it, give it a nice color, and in a few weeks, it'll actually clear up. Oh, my glove is coming off, no. Look at that. But now it's not in a bowl, so I really have to just work with the table here. There's no way I can mix this. This is so hard. You know what? We're just gonna have to deal with it and get into the dyeing part because we're running out of time. Since we are making a Peachybbies themed slime, we want to get the 3 colors here. So let's chop our slime in 3 parts. My hand has turned into a knife. No one said I couldn't use my elbow. Oh yeah. But now I can't get it off. It's like a slingshot. I got it. Okay, here's our first part. This is what Spider-Man has to deal with. Now we need to chop this one. Getting creative. Okay, so here are our beautiful 3 pieces of slime. And now we gotta start dyeing them. So here I have a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of pink. All right, this is gonna get super messy. I think the technique here is to just roll it around like a snowball. It's gonna get pretty messy, but hey, we're only working with 1 hand. Having 1 hand teaches you how to be more effective and creative. Anything that I can dream of, I can achieve if I just trust. That's what having 1 hand has taught me. And why is my glove ripped and now it's in the slime? That's terrible. All right, get off. Come on. Okay, ready? Woo. Okay, we did it. Let's get those glove chunks out of my slime. And because I can't mix it effectively, we have this nice marble effect on the slime, which I think it adds a really nice vibe to it. So let's just leave it like that. And for this slime, we have to get all the yellow in there. I'm worried that it's gonna get some blue in there and turn into green. I'm so excited because this slime is also gonna match my shirt. It's kind of like a Peachybbies slime, but it's also an Anna slime. I'm gonna show up tomorrow and I'm gonna have the biggest biceps ever. The biggest 1 bicep ever. All right, for the most part, this does look yellow. So now let's move on to pink. I am never going to take for granted the fact that I have 2 hands ever again. This is so hard. My hand's all sweaty in there. You thought she was chilling? No, she's suffering down there. She's like, help, please let me out. We have to stick to the goal here. We have to make a proper slime with 1 hand. And if I don't, I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, honestly, all of these slimes look really cool with the marble effect. I wonder if making a slime with 1 hand is a new awesome technique that I just discovered, because hey, this looks awesome. But I think that now they need a little bit of spice. So let's go find some good little charms. Let's grab our cup. Let's go to Charmville. This is gonna be super complicated because I only have 1 hand to hold the cup and grab my charms with, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. But we are going for a Peachybbies and Anna theme, right? So we need something that screams like peachiness. I have the perfect idea. Peaches. I'm gonna grab like 2. Of course, we need Michael. We need a Michael charm. We're gonna add our Michael. Get back in there. Also glitter, because glitter always spices things up when we add it to our slime. I don't know who did that, it wasn't me. And of course, I'm gonna grab some of each color. So we have some yellow sprinkles, some pink sprinkles, and some blue. What else screams Peachybbies? Ooh, these stars are kind of cool, right? This is so bad. I even have some right here. Oh my God. Give me a second, guys. I just need to go collect everything again. Look, guys, I found a new strategy. Okay, I think we have everything we need. Let's go add it to our slime. We're back from Charmville and I only have 20 minutes to make this slime. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's gonna take some special effort into making the slime look beautiful. So let's grab these 3 chunks. They started to blend in together a little bit, so I wanna take that part out of it. And now, of course, we wanna make them look like some nice little strips and place them together. It's looking like a beautiful Laffy Taffy, but we're not done here. We have to give it a really nice swirl, just like that. Ooh. Ooh, oh my gosh, this literally looks like those giant lollipops. For one hand, this is pretty good. Like, this looks awesome. Oh yeah, this part, this looks really pretty. Let's add that in the cup, then just cut off the rest. Wait, this looks awesome. Look at that. That's like perfect. All right, but now we have to add our charms. So let's add our peaches, some stars. Dude, honestly, I'm super proud of myself. We had a little rough patch in Charmville, but hey, we are doing such a good job. Okay, let's add our final touch, Michael, our mascot, and we're done. How much time do we have left?
10 minutes.
I am literally the best one-handed Slimer ever. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.